Hello YouTube. This video is going to cover a 5.6 slash 5.7 drop on a 4-door two-wheel drive Tahoe. This also works for Yukon. Now the work's already been done, but what I'm going to show you is what I did with mine to get my 7-inch drop in the rear, but I'm also using helper bags simply because the back of the Tahoe and Suburban are heavier than the rear of a C1500 pickup truck. So you get more weight back there, so you need a little more support. The 4-door Tahoes are a little harder, a lot more work involved in the drop, but you can get it there without pretty much breaking the bank. All right, sorry guys, it's a little tight under here. So right here you have the view of my helper bags. This was a custom setup. You can pretty much buy these anywhere that sells airbags. It was a custom setup. I had it welded, I had the brackets welded. I don't have a compressor hooked up to it now, so it just uses a Schrader valve. And it works, it gets me to where I need to go. So it's kind of tight now. I should have took the rear tire off, but it's too hot out here and I'm feeling lazy. Sorry about that. And here you can see the actual C notch. This notch is, heck, it's shaped like a C. It's a little stronger than what Beltec and DJM offers. DJM does offer a kit, a 4-inch flip kit for the Tahoe, the 4-door two-wheel drive, and it works pretty decent. You get a 4-inch drop, maybe close to 5. So what I did here was, if you look at this hanger setup, this hanger is the actual DJM lift hanger. Yes, I said lift, because once you drop the Suburban or 4-door Tahoe, the drop is extreme. So what this does is allow you to drop with the flip kit, which is 6 inches, and then it'll raise you back up. Well, this one raises it back up an inch. And then with the weight of the rear, you're still gonna have close to a 7-inch drop, even with this installed. Sometimes, like I said, the back of these things are heavy. So this is a bolt-on kit I got from DJM, the lift hanger, and it lowers your car and then lifts it back up to where you get safe travel without bottoming out all the time. And we'll get to that part later in the video, where the Tahoes and Yukons in particular are the problem. Have the problem with being flipped and lowered. All right, guys, excuse the rust. I haven't got to detailing down here yet, but pretty much we're looking at here. Well, Beltec rear sway bar, it's a bolt-on kit. So what we're looking at, when you lower the Tahoe, on your driver's side here, you'll see that I have welded on a shock extender, and you only need it on the driver's side on these Tahoes. And the passenger side, standard. These, when you buy a lowering kit for a Tahoe or the C1500, the OBS in general, GMT 400s, what you want to do is get a shorter shock for the driver's side, and the passenger side, it's going to be a drop shock anyway. So, but you don't really need to, unless you want to do it. It's not necessary on the 4-door two-wheel drive to have shock extenders on both sides, unless you want to go that route. Here's another shot of the C notch. Here, it was a weld. It wasn't a kit that was sewed. It was welded together. I had a guy weld it for me. It welded in and notched the frame. It's stronger, a lot stronger. You know, his flip kit that he sells, stronger, a lot stronger bracketry. But I mean, like I said, there's the rust there. Sorry about that, guys. On some guys may want to, like I cut my exhaust here, and I'm gonna reroute it later, so I just turned it down right now. But you have room to run over the axle if you want to, and some guys do dual. I see dual exhaust on these things, so you can get away with dual exhaust. I mean, now the problem that we run in here with these four doors when it comes to lowering these by flipping them is the bracketry underneath, the framework. So if you see here, I had this bracket normally, this piece right here, normally is connected to another part of the frame, but with it like that, it will hit. I mean, it will hit in suspension travel, and you'll damage some stuff. So you kind of want to cut that off and then weld it back to somewhere out of the way like this was done. And once you climb under the car, you'll see it. I think it connects to the ear, one of the ears up here to the pumpkin. Now, the main problem with four-door, two-wheel drive Tahoes and Yukons is this right here. And this is where the lift kit, that lift kit I showed you up front, saves you. You see that? This is the axle here. Sorry about that. This is the axle here. And see right there is your fuel filler neck. I mean, I'm quite sure you heard of that problem. I mean, look at the space here. You know, the space that is really, really close. And remember, I have helper bags. And my helper bags right now, I have 10 pounds of air in them. If I let that air out, it'll drop and it'll look beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. But the thing is, a good hit driving down the road, and heck, I may bust that clamp loose or worse, you know, crack the fuel tank. So you always want to, with these cars, I mean, you know, a lot of guys, that I mean, I would run a helper bag. That saves you from this and the front lift hanger. So that gives you a lower drop than the hanger shackle 4-inch drop on these. It looks better. It fills in the well a little better. But you're also going to run into this fuel filler neck to the fuel tank that runs to the fuel filler. Sorry. So this is your main issue right here. There's a cross member up here that a lot of guys will notch it. I didn't notch mine. I'm not having an issue with it. And the reason I didn't have to notch mine is simply because of the front hanger. I mean, you know, you can see the angle. If you look at it here, sorry about the light, you guys. I mean, you know, it's a stock shackle. And then you see the leaf spring travels. And it's kind of at an angle, but it's a doable angle. And it travels all the way up there to the hanger. So, guys, if you want to get your four-door, if you want to lower your four-door, don't be afraid to do it. There's just certain ways to do it. It's not as bad as it seems. I mean, it's some work, but it's not as bad as it seems with the right parts and patience and guys that want to help you do it. See you on the next video, guys. Oh, sorry. The front is your standard Tahoe, you know, C1500, GMT 400, OBS drop. I use DJM. I decided to go with DJM spindles, which doesn't push the front wheel out. And I went with the standard 3-inch drop spring Beltec. So that's the 5 in the front. And then the back of this is a 5.6, 5.7. I call it 5.7 with no air in the helper bags. And that's even with the lift hanger with these cars. Because like I said, they're heavy in the back. The Suburban, when you buy the Beltec kit for the Suburban, it will literally lower the Suburban because the kit comes with that lift hanger. If you buy the kit from Beltec, it comes with a lift hanger. If you don't use that lift hanger, then you pretty much can have like close to a 9-inch drop. I mean, well, I can't speak for everybody. With my Suburban before I just say, well, I'm gonna try it. I want it to look cool, and I did it, and I had a 9 to drive. I couldn't even drive the car. I mean, I couldn't drive it. So, and my Suburban has also lift or helper bags in the back, and the Beltec kit comes with lift hangers for the Suburban. And so, in my next video, I'll show that. I'll show that for you guys. All right, you guys, have a good one.